While we stay out of the way and mind our own business, this is the perfect time for Black folk to begin to start to focus on personal health. And in particular, I wanted to talk about the dangerous personal care products that are being marketed toward Black women. Now, for years, we've known that a lot of these products were toxic and dangerous. But I think now is the time for Black folks to begin to take a stand and begin to avoid using these very dangerous products. The synthetic braiding hair has been the focus of a Consumer Reports study that was just released. Have you guys heard about this study? Check this out.
There is a new health warning this morning about synthetic hair used in popular protective styles like braids and extensions.
For many Black women, braiding with synthetic hair extensions isn't just about style, it's a go-to for protecting and growing their hair. But a new study from Consumer Reports is raising serious concerns. They found 10 products contained ingredients that can cause cancer, and most of these also contained lead.
NBC News Daily anchor Zincle Esamoah is here with more. Zincle, good morning. So this is a pretty alarming report. Walk us through what researchers found and why it's such a big concern.
Hey, good morning, Joe and Savannah. So alarming really is the right word. As you mentioned, they looked at 10 different products from multiple companies, and the findings were that 100% of these products contained carcinogens. Of course, carcinogens have the potential to cause cancer. 9 out of 10 contained lead, and all of them, 100%, contained VOCs, or volatile organic compounds. All of those, of course, known to potentially cause and have harmful health effects. If we put that in context, just look at the state of California. That means that 9 out of 10 of these products exceeded California's maximum recommendations for allowed lead by 600%. Notably, synthetic hair is not regulated by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, and that is what this report now has many calling for. We reached out to the Environmental Working Group. They're a health, research, and advocacy organization. They said in part that while most of these products are below the FDA standard for lead contamination, when possible, of course, exposure to lead should be avoided. They went on to say that there really is no safe level of exposure to these chemicals, to these compounds.
Now, there's not much that we can do to avoid all of the toxins and chemicals and heavy metals that we're exposed to in the environment. However, what we can do is try to reduce the amount of exposures that we receive, and in particular, make conscious efforts to avoid products that are dangerous and toxic. Braids are worn for weeks at a time. Therefore, exposure to these dangerous chemicals, these carcinogens, the lead, the volatile organic compounds, they happen chronically over long periods of time when one wears the synthetic braiding hair. You are constantly being exposed to these chemicals that are leaching off of the hair. From what somebody's told me already, and I've heard this from a few different people, this synthetic hair is so loaded. It's such a toxic chemical soup of disgusting, just vile nastiness that when you take them out of the pack, you can smell the chemicals on them.
As I kept smelling this, my throat tightened up. It felt very dry, and I noticed my hair was itching, and it was just difficult to breathe overall. After a week of continuous washing, I said, seeing that the smell didn't go away, I said, you know what, I'm getting rid of these. As consumers, we implicitly want to believe that the products we purchase are safe. That's not always the case.
My sisters, we have got to stop using these products. Furthermore, we have got to stop putting these products in our baby girls' hair. Our young girls that are growing up, they want the braids, and we want to put the braids in because it's less maintenance, it's less that we have to do with the hair every single day. And I get it. I have a daughter and I get it. However, this synthetic braiding hair is disgusting. It's made out of toxic sludge, and when we put this in our baby's hair, it affects their development. They're exposed to lead, which is very dangerous. There are no safe exposures to lead, regardless of what anybody says. There are no safe exposures to lead. These braids, this synthetic garbage that they're selling us, is hurting us. It's hurting our ladies. And we have got to make a conscious effort to stop using this cheap, toxic, poison-laced synthetic hair. We just can't trust these unregulated products. They're unregulated. It's a $2.8 billion industry. It's almost a $3 billion industry. They're making money hand over fist. And they know that we're buying these products. And they're just selling us garbage, the cheapest garbage that they can sell us. Black people, not just in America, but across the entire diaspora, we have got to stop wearing the synthetic braids. They are dangerous. They cannot be trusted. Just because we see these products on shelves and we see these products in the stores and people are smiling on the box and the person's telling us, yeah, you know, it's a good product. Stop trusting them. These products are dangerous. They're not going to regulate them. I don't care how many petitions they put out there to try to get these products regulated by the FDA. It's not going to matter. I believe the real solution in regards to the synthetic braids is to stop using these products altogether.
It really is crazy because there's also concern about hair dye potentially being cancer-causing. NBC News just did a big investigation on that. It's very wild when you think about it that none of it's regulated by anybody.
Relaxers and hair dyes are also very dangerous. And my sisters, we've got to stop using them. Now, I understand we style our hair with the relaxers. We love the hair dyes, and I get it. My sisters have all kinds of different colors in their hair, and I think it looks great. But the truth is, those hair dyes are dangerous. Those relaxers are dangerous. They have what they call endocrine disruptors in there, where they mimic hormones. When we put the relaxers in our hair, they mess with your pituitary gland, they mess with your thyroid gland, they mess with all sorts of your endocrine system, the glands that are in your body that produce hormones that do different things within the body. Those relaxers have endocrine disruptors in them. My sisters, stop using the relaxers. We have to find new, safer ways to style our hair and new products that are not toxic and not dangerous. I think the challenge for us now as black folk in America and across the diaspora is to create new hair products that are non-toxic. They do not have heavy metals in them. They do not have the endocrine disruptors in them, and they are safe to use on us and our children. Black folk are going to have to create these. We cannot trust industry to create these. We can't trust them. They're unregulated and they make billions of dollars. So therefore, it's in their interest to stay unregulated so they can continue to make more money. Black folk, we have got to start using natural products, okay?
It's out this morning highlighting the concerning ingredients in hundreds of personal care products marketed toward black women. The Environmental Working Group found that as many as 1 in 20 is considered highly hazardous. These are items that you can simply go to any store, purchase it off the counter, and potentially hurt yourself.
Yeah, they're right there on the shelf today. So let's figure this all out. Let's bring in a doctor into this conversation. Joining us now is Dr. Stephanie Widmer, a specialist in toxicology and emergency medicine at St. John's Riverside Hospital. Dr. Widmer, thank you for joining us. First of all, it's lovely to have you here. Can you tell us which products that are most concerning?
Sure. So this report came out today, and it identified several different personal care and cosmetic products that are specifically marketed towards Black women. And we are looking at, most notably, hair relaxers and hair dyes that have been linked to uterine and breast cancer, and a number of products that have been associated with several hazardous chemical ingredients, which is particularly concerning.
Okay, so we did learn about some of these products, some time ago.
Yeah.
And, knowledge is power. So have we seen any good news now that these kinds of reports are coming out, that, people know the information and are now not purchasing these items?
So there has been some improvement. The Environmental Working Group did come out with a report in 2016, and since then there has been some product reformulation, some improvement. There has been a notable decrease in the amount of parabens that are in some of these products, but disparities still exist. Black women still have less access to low hazard products than the general population.
Black women still have less access to low hazard products than the general population.
Staying informed is the most important. Anyone can go onto the Environmental Working Group website and use the EWG's Skin Deep database, which has a whole host of information. A whole host of products are listed and research on these products and ingredients that are listed. You can choose products with low hazard scores, and we can all advocate for transparency, safety transparency, and transparency of ingredients that are in these products.
Have you guys ever read the book Behold a Pale Horse by Bill Cooper? There is a section in there that I think about when I talk about this sort of thing called Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. Why is it that products that Black women use and products that are marketed towards Black women seem to be the ones that have the most dangerous chemicals in them? Call me conspiratorial. I don't trust it. It's time for us to create new, natural ways that are completely natural.
Oh shit, what kind of chemical you got in there? I have put no chemicals, only juices and berries. Shit, that ain't nothing but ultraperm.
If Black women in America can just begin to get off of the synthetic hair, the dyes, and the relaxers, and start to openly criticize and encourage use of other natural products and come up with new ways and new styles and new things to use, it will influence the diaspora, and we can get Black folk across the world to get off of these dangerous products. This is nothing for Black folk. We boycott stuff all the time. Let us begin to boycott these dangerous, not just boycott, but let's just avoid using these dangerous products, period. And I'll leave the link for the Consumer Reports, the Environmental Working Group. I'll leave all that in the description, okay? Because from what I'm seeing, the synthetic hair, there are no brands and models of synthetic hair that are safe. I would avoid using all of it. I would avoid using all of the relaxers, all of the dyes. None of it is good.